Good evening, fellow patrons. Today's challenge video is the starting room challenge at Shattered Vale. I was a little bit worried about this challenge. I thought it was going to be kind of dreadful with the Elder Disciples. However, I think because there was really no ranged attacks from the specials like the Manglers or the Abominations in Liberty Falls, it was a lot easier than I anticipated. Before I go into detail about the strategies that I used to get to round 40, just wanted to say Rampage off rip as always. It was activated from round 1 to 40 the entire game. I don't really ever turn it off. I think it's extremely fun to use, and once you have played enough games with Rampage on, it really does become your normal pace and you really don't think much of it. The first thing I would recommend doing in this map is focusing on using your combat axes much as possible. With this map in particular, you have the Gobblegums, which I believe are the fastest enemy in the game, if not one of the fastest, and if they get to you, they're going to inflict a lot of damage. And it is a one-hit kill for the entire game, and if you do happen to get stamina up, you can use the augment that allows you to get a speed boost, which really helps when you're at higher rounds and you become more vulnerable to enemy attacks. I feel like a lot of people waste their time in this game mode spinning the box for a certain gun, when in reality you can't pack punch and the guns are going to fall off around round 20 unless it's a wonder weapon. So I think the combat axe is a great thing to spawn in with. You can get up to 5 of them in your inventory and then you can pick them up, so it's basically unlimited ammo, and like I said, it's one hit kill for the entire match. Another thing that I focused on in this challenge, in this map, is to keep my score streaks alive. So say I got one in the box and I had one in my inventory, so say I had a mutant injection that I did not want to use. You can technically drop that for a different score streak. So say a RCXD was on the ground and I wanted to use that, you can continuously swap the two out and they won't disappear or vanish from the map itself. So you don't necessarily need to use the score streak. If you find another one that you want to use, you can just run over to it and pick it up and then continuously do that until you need that score streak. With this map, like I said, there's no enemies with ranged attacks really besides the parasites that don't really inflict a lot of damage. You can definitely retrace your steps and go back to it a lot easier than you can in Liberty Falls. So if you are spinning the box, I would put any score streaks that you find just on the ground and try to cycle through them and keep them alive as long as possible. Alrighty guys, I will let you enjoy just the gameplay for a few rounds. I will pick it back up with my next key on the higher rounds, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah, this gives me a fighting chance. That's all I ask for. Please say went out with a bang.
Max ammo.
Weird fucking AO, but I'm getting the hang of it.
Insta-kill.
Hell of an anti-personnel device. Do undead count as personnel?
Max ammo.
They're losing their heads. I'm making damn sure of it.
Kaboom!
Be a lot less annoying if they just tune those chimes. Just spit it out and spare me the sideshow.
Random perk.
Once again, I'm stuck playing spin the bottle with a footlocker. Catching up. Know what you were? A shit.
Max ammo. Full power.
Aside from the change in plumbing, that wasn't half bad.
Random perk.
I'm stuck playing spin the bottle with a footlocker. That's nice. That's real nice. Stealth mode engaged. Stand by for bloodshed.
I think the most important key to my success in this challenge in this map was my use of the minigun. I was worried about the disciples coming into this map. Didn't really know what the answer would be for them because there was no access to ammo mods, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get a wonder weapon out of the box. And the Elder Disciples, if you don't kill them quick, you know, they spawn enemies who are much stronger than, you know, normal enemies, so I was kind of worried about that. But when I started using the minigun on the Elder Disciples, I did notice that it really eliminated them quick. And what you can do is use the minigun solely for the Elder Disciples. The minigun comes with 350 bullets, so I believe that the first one that I showed in this video at 29 took around 90 bullets, so you can kill around 3 Elder Disciples extremely quickly if you use it sparingly. I think another very important thing to pay attention to in the high rounds is the trap usage. And what I mean by that is, if you believe you are nearing an end of a round and there's a few zombies left and you can manage holding them until that trap regenerates and you can use it at the beginning of the next round, that will save you a lot of stress, because with these traps you can sit in them and you're basically invincible from normal zombies, and you really need to only watch out for the parasites, and they do last for around 45 seconds, I believe. So if you do have Rampage on, that's the majority of the round. I think if you implement those 4 keys into your gameplay on this map and in this challenge, I do think you'll have a better chance of success. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my commentary. I'll let the gameplay speak for itself from here on out. If you guys have any questions, please let me know, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks, guys.
Random perk. Tear them to pieces. Ammo.
Death machine going live. That puts my body count at about 10 graveyards full.
Insta-kill.
And that's how you do it.
Tear them to pieces.
Gotta need a fucking bulldozer to bury them all.
Max ammo.
West Point report.